What's up, world? My name is Paul, and welcome back to Saucy Kitchens. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and I'm going to show you guys a great simple recipe that can compare to any restaurant dinner. So let's get started with our sauces. These are our ingredients to make a delicious andalou sauce. I'm going to make a big portion because I'm all about making life a little saucy. So grab your bell peppers and cut them into quarters. Let's dice them up on the cutting board by first cutting them into strips, then going across and dicing them into small pieces. I chose a red and yellow bell pepper since they're sweeter when compared to green or purple, but any color will do just fine. Same goes with our onions, and just like that, they're diced up. Traditionally, they are made with red onions, but I've used white onions or even shallots before and it still tasted great. Once your veggies are finely chopped, grab your bowl, add 1 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of lime juice, and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Start mixing with a spoon until it looks pink. Then drop 2 tablespoons of red onions, 1 tablespoon of red pepper, and another tablespoon of yellow pepper. And start mixing. This is our andalou sauce. Now let's start with our chimichurri. Here I have a bunch of parsley and half a bunch of cilantro. Cut them at the stem and proceed to chop them up finely. And I mean fine, bro. Remember, we don't cook this sauce. This is where those knife skills we've been practicing come into play. Let's transfer these into a bowl. Chop up 3 cloves of garlic, 1 whole serrano chili. Get them as fine as possible and into the prep bowl they go. Now that we chopped up our ingredients, let's get out a medium-sized bowl and get ready to mix everything together. Start by adding half a cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Toss in your chopped ingredients and 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Add salt and pepper to taste, or about half a teaspoon each. Then top off with lemon zest and continue mixing. You can add honey as well to balance the chilies, but I like it a little spicy. Cover it up and into the fridge it goes. These sauces require no cooking, but they do need a couple of hours for the flavors to combine. Overnighting it is best in my opinion. Alright guys, it's game day. Today we're going to prepare some Belgian frites and a juicy porterhouse steak. Now let's start on the Belgian fries. I used 6 large yolk and gold potatoes. Believe it or not, the type of potato you use really matters, and there are many types, so be mindful of this when choosing them. Let's get these bad boys peeled and have your food chopper handy. Once peeled, cut the potatoes in half and let your food chopper do the work. This will give them a nice thick even cut. You can also use a knife by cutting the potato in half and then cutting them lengthwise. Next, get a large pot and add 5 cups of a high temperature cooking oil. I use canola since it won't add any flavors. Now we wait for it to reach 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Do yourself a favor and get an oil and meat thermometer. This will save you countless headaches and won't cost more than a combo meal at any fast food restaurant. Once the pot reaches 300 degrees, drop your potatoes in batches, making sure not to overcrowd your pot. They should start bubbling right away. That's fine, just watch out for a splashback. The cook time will depend on the amount of oil and fries. It took me about 5 to 7 minutes per batch. Remember, you don't want to get your fries crispy, just cook through. Once they're ready, bring them out into a paper towel lined tray, and I would stay away from using bowls, just so your fries don't get soggy. Do this for the remainder of your potatoes and then let them sit for 30 to 60 minutes. Next, we're starting with our garlic roasted asparagus. Grab your asparagus and chop off the woody ends. I like to peel the ends just for guaranteed tenderness. Mix in 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3/4 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, and 4 minced garlic cloves. Grab your baking dish and drizzle your olive oil mix on the asparagus. Make sure to coat it all. Really toss them up around until they glisten from the oil. While the asparagus is in the oven, we're going to double fry our fries for that extra crunch. Get your pot with oil and heat it up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. While your pot is getting up to temperature, take this time to remove your steak from the fridge. You want your steak at room temperature when cooking to create a great sear. Once at 375 degrees, place your fries back into the oil. Do this in batches and keep close. Remember, this step is just to make them crispy. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, so once they're golden brown, take them out and repeat. Next, we want to add our fries into a bowl, salt and toss. Doing this fresh out the oil will allow the salt to stick to the fries better. Nothing left to do now but our main course. our steak. Here we have a beautiful 1.5-inch thick porterhouse. What a beauty! Place your pan on medium-high heat and add olive oil. Let's get back to the action. Then I season generously with salt and pepper. Don't be afraid to overdo it. This is what makes a great crust. Flip it over and repeat on the other side. I make sure our cast iron is smoking and I lay the steak away from me. This reduces the chances of splashback hitting me. Here it's seared. I'm going for a medium rare, so we have to sear it on each side for about 4 to 6 minutes. Now we wait, get ready for the flip because this is where all the action is going to happen. Check on your steak to see if it's the color you want. After 5 minutes, I decided it's time to flip. Grab your tongs and go for it. You're going to hear another great flavor. Wait about 30 to 45 seconds and toss in your butter, the thyme and garlic. Let it melt. Then, tilt your pan and start basting your steak with the butter. Toss all this goodness over your steak. See it glisten on the fat. Let it continue to sear it. Add your other glob of butter and repeat the basting process. Check the temp again. It read at 125 degrees, so I went in and seared all the sides now. The kitchen was smelling amazing by now. Place down your steak and check the temperature once again. Once it hit 135, so I brought it out and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes since it's a thick cut. Now let's go in and give it a nice cut. With your knife, just like in our previous video, feel out the bone and glide your blade parallel to it. Make sure you cut all the way through. Separate it so you can remove the bone and the only thing left is your steak. Now let's go in and cut this baby into slices. Show off that great pink inside. Oh, I practically had to fight off the crew from trying to sneak a piece. You must show the same self-restraint and get ready to plate this bad boy. This is it, lads, we're in the last mile. Our special someone should be arriving soon. The table is set. Let's get ready to plate this meal. This step is where you can really show your creativity. Here, I center the steak with a couple of pieces of both cuts. So, this is it, our finished product. Let's give it a taste. Yup, these fries are crispy. This sauce is really light. It really complements the fry. Now let's give the asparagus a try. Oh yeah, these are tender. The taste, it's as good as it smells. I guess you guys are going to have to take my word for it. Now this steak. This is delicious to the eyes already, so let's see if the looks match the taste. Oh yeah, it definitely does. It's tender, juicy, melts like butter in your mouth, and this chimichurri, oh my god, it adds a complexity and mixes great with the steak. Guys, this sauce lasts up to 3 months in the fridge. No excuses not to make it. This meal is definitely a win. I hope your date thinks so as well. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and remember, stay saucy.